These STDs are increasing in numbers should make y'all scared to lay down with anybody.
You can do it raw. Yeah. I'm not saying I have, but I can. HIV. Yes, you can do it raw. So
that can cause infections. Early infections can be diagnosed and treated early. There's consequences affecting even the nervous system.
If you have an incurable STD, you're supposed to legally tell everybody.
You're not gonna tell them.
I'm the type to hop on a flight with a woman. You love me.
Detail subs, y'all stink.
You see Detroit ranks highest in STD rate across the nation.
Freaky tail subs.
Wow.
Well, I thought everybody was celibate. And that's why y'all always pregnant. Y'all stink.
Yeah, what he's talking about, that's what the ladies say. I'm celibate. A man has to give it all to me in order to get me. It's crazy. But meanwhile, this is happening.
With Cash App now, man. Hey, what's your Cash App,
They
man?
want that money.
Oh yeah, she gonna go.
She going.
Yeah, she gonna
Green
go.
light.
You just walk up to her and say, "What's your Cash App?" And
that's all you need. Cash App.
What do they say to you when you tell them that?
They're gonna be like, "Okay, what? Okay," and then they down, they going, they green light. I used to call myself the Cash App guy, man. Yeah.
Let's just say a girl is saying like, "Okay, fine, here's my Cash App." What was the general number?
Detroit, they want $40.
$40.
Come on, man. $40.
$40.
That's the club, bro. That's not.
Depending on where you go.
They want $40.
Depending on where you go.
They want Coney Island.
So you're done with that life now, though?
I'm done with that life, man. I'm just.
Well, what was the breakthrough moment when you realized you're done with all that?
Shit, man. Too much problems. Too much taking care of motherfuckers. You feel me? You got to be there with somebody that you could grow like a bond with, like a partner, man. Like she could build you up. She could lift you up. So that's what I'm on now. I'm just maturing with that type of lifestyle now, you know. It's versus me going out tricking, you know, being around, spending my money just to get some at the end of the day, you know, when you could just build with somebody.
See, and this is what's happening. And I hate to point you out, brother. I'm not trying to say that you have it, because you probably could have very well fixed it. You could have got an ACI, took care of that. I'm sure you know what they say in the hood. You don't get one, something's wrong. But no, something's wrong. Because what's happening is you, my brother, was taking up a lot of the territory, a lot of the real estate, because girls want to give it to, no offense, the pokies. That's my pokey bear. That's my Mr. $40 holler. When I need, because girls is hood. When I need something, he got me. I need some McDonald's. I need that McDonald's. I know I can call Trevor with the braids. Trevor with the braids, he gonna feed me. He gonna feed these children. These brothers is taking it up like Corey Holcomb. And what does Corey Holcomb say? Yeah, a girl with struggle, I can handle that. No attitude, they're gonna do right by you. It's all good when you're protected, but man, these ladies not protecting themselves. But take a look at this.
Catch me. I'm the type to hop on a flight with a warrant. You gotta catch.
Type to do it raw with no birth control. You gotta catch me. Take a look at what her comments say. Then I be regretting it. 1,401 likes. Could you imagine how many ladies are agreeing? Me too, sister. Then I'd be freaking out. Why? Because you're probably pregnant. Exactly like she said. This is a problem. And this is the problem in the hood. If you're not going raw, something's wrong.
You need to fuck me like for your faces on.
Look what she said. My red flag is I like it raw. And you guys already know why this is a problem. Because all of the girls are getting with guys like that, right? Or they're getting with the same guys. They're all having babies by the same guys. Look what it says. And this is why I got 4 kids now. By two 2 pookies, gave me the babies. Prefer it. What's that say? Really? Prefer it, really. This is why I have 5 kids now. All by the same guy, right? All having kids by the same guy. Same. We playing a very dangerous game. Now, if this lady is smart, she understands why she's playing a very dangerous game because of the diseases. And I hate to point it out, but some of you ladies talking in the comments probably got them. It's deep. Guys have to look at what's going on like this.
What? No, sir. No, you can't do that. Nigga, what? That's the worst. No.
Yeah, like no. It has to be no. Because you're gonna get something, you're gonna get the gift that keeps on giving.
That the STD rate is like skyrocketing everywhere. Like, there are people just going out here who know they have an incurable STD and willy-nilly just having sexual intercourse with as many as people as they can and not telling them, and that shit is illegal. If you ever come in contact with somebody or know somebody, or you're the somebody that somebody had sex with and they had an STD and they did not tell you, that's incurable, they can be booked in process. Baby, send them to jail. Report them. Because it is illegal to do that. If you have an incurable STD, you're supposed to legally tell everybody.
You're not gonna tell them.
Come in sexual contact with. Like, yeah, I have X, Y, and Z before you want to do X, Y, and Z with me. And if they don't do that, baby, ring, 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 911. Booked in process. Don't let them play with you. And if you do happen to come into contact with someone who gave you an STD and they didn't know, let them know. Like, yeah, I got tested so-and-so, I had sex with you, and now I got so-and-so, because now they need to contact everybody who they have had sex with, and now you have to contact everybody who you had sex with. Not saying y'all get down like that or nothing like that, having multiple partners. You do what you do, I don't judge. But for real, like, let's speak up, let's be aware, let's be cautious. Love y'all.
The sexual transmitted diseases, the doctors don't even have the medicine to treat people.
Spread from partner to partner. That can cause infections. Early infections can be diagnosed and treated early, but it can go on and progress on to having very serious consequences, affecting even the nervous system.
In fact, officials with the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services say cases of syphilis are growing across the state, but the city of Detroit currently has the highest numbers. In 2022, of the 37 cases of congenital syphilis from Michigan, 18 were from the city of Detroit.
We are a dense city. We have lots of residents who are in the age group where syphilis is more common.
So why are case numbers rising? Medical professionals say a lot has to do with people not going to the doctor for routine checks post-COVID.
Thinking more about preventative service, getting those routine tests, and syphilis is one of those tests that you can get at a routine doctor's visit.
Another contributing factor, the drug shortage that's facing the U.S.
One of the main drugs that we use to treat syphilis, bicillin, is in short supply right now, and that has all of us very concerned.
Symptoms that are signs of this infection are rashes, a small bump, or ulcers on your skin. You might also feel fatigued. That's why testing is crucial, and you can get tested at the Detroit Health Department.
Through our I Decide clinic, which is our reproductive health clinic, which is for men and women, and anyone else who might want to get tested for syphilis and many other sexually transmitted diseases.
In Detroit, Ingrid Kelly, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, this is a problem. Seriously, if you're out there and you think you don't have anything, get tested. You never know. And these girls, a lot of them are going raw with everybody. If I even think he's somewhat of a provider, give it to me raw. They all want it raw. You saw the one girl that was dancing, saying, I think I might have to move out of Detroit. You're a problem. You're going to move to go raw? Huh? Strap up with everything until you're ready to get married. Like, seriously, things change, though. It's a whole different ballgame nowadays. Be very careful.
But tell me, if you can go at the bathroom inside the school level and operate, you won't get it, ne?
Yeah, so you can.
It says, I gotta run this back. You can do it raw even with HIV. What they're talking about is getting PrEP. Now, I don't like that idea. What if it doesn't work? Now you got it. I saw a girl. I reacted to a video like this a couple of months ago. The guy was real big and buffed out. The girl said, "Where can I go get PrEP?" Everybody in the comment was like, shake my head. Even the girls were like talking down on it. But they're having a whole conversation on the podcast. They're young too. Like, it's cool. You can do it raw, even with HIV. Crazy.
Go at the bathroom and try the spoon level and operate.
Oh,
you won't get it, ne?
Yeah, so you can.
You won't get it.
You can. So like you can.
No, Chief.
So I can do it raw. Yeah. I'm not saying I have, but I can.
HIV.
Yes, you can do it raw. So
You can't make this.
when you're on your pills for so long, you reach
Probably
the
got
stage
it.
where it's like,
It's not negative now.
yeah, where it's like you equals you, where I can't transfer it to you. Mara, you have to not. You can be on PrEP as well. Let's say I'm still.
PrEP,
Let's say I'm still detectable.
double protection.
Yeah, let's say I'm still detectable. Né? You can be on PrEP to make sure you don't get it. But there's ways you can do it peacefully, even spoon.
Woo! You don't want to go and try
Yeah.
that.
We're dating.
I'm gonna test this thing.
You don't want to go and try. I wouldn't want to try. I'd be like the brother here.
Nigga, what? No, sir. No, you can't do that. Nigga, what? That's the worst. No.
Exactly.
You guys. Yeah? Yeah. Why not you? These guys are past it.
And he's showing himself.
No, then the mission fails. Then now we have to bring you bananas, chief. Independent, in commerce.
And look where they at. They're in South Africa, talking like this, where it's very prevalent. One of the highest capitals of the world. I don't want to go deep. I don't want to say what I want to say, but a lot of people there. Man, strap up.
These STDs are increasing in numbers. Should make y'all scared to lay down with anybody. You can't trust nobody these days. They have people that have STDs and they be knowing they got it and they won't tell you nothing. Like, I know y'all cannot be that damn freaked out. And then y'all going around sleeping with people like it's nothing and not even protecting yourself. Like, if you're going to do that, at least protect yourself. And even if you're not sleeping around with a lot of people, it only take one person to give you something. You ain't got to be sleeping around with a lot of people to catch no STD. You can get it from the person you're married to, the person that you lay down with every night that you think you know. It's tricky out here. Y'all need to be careful.
It is.
I'm telling y'all. Ain't no.
It is, because you don't know if she cheating. Same thing with her. You don't know if he cheating. It's crazy.
No sex, ain't no coochie, and ain't no D. They're good enough to be risking your life over. It's not that serious. It's not that serious. Come on now, y'all got more sense than that. And quit trusting people when they tell you, "Oh, I ain't got nothing." You don't know if they lying or telling the truth. You don't know if they telling the truth. So you might as well, you ain't go to no doctor with them and get checked with them. So how the hell you gonna know that? You can't just go off of what somebody say.
To let y'all know that you can have chlamydia, gonorrhea, etc., and still be asymptomatic. Like, you cannot know that you have it. So you're not getting tested because you don't have symptoms, but you had chlamydia the whole time. Then when you finally did get tested and treated for it, you went on about your day thinking everything's all cool. No, 5 years later down the line, you're trying to have a baby and you find out that you are in fact infertile because you had that chlamydia and it was untreated. And if that's not encouraging y'all enough to go get tested, I remember on TikTok, there was a girl who said her and her friends met up with another group of friends to go smoke hookah. Everybody was smoking the same hookah. They all had their own hookah tips, except for one girl. She did not smoke, so she was not smoking the hookah. A couple weeks later, every single person that was there smoking tested positive for herpes, except for that one girl who did not smoke hookah. So everybody else got oral herpes from, I guess somebody had it, probably had an outbreak, saliva went down the little tube thing, and everybody's just inhaling it in. I know y'all like to smoke hookah. Go get tested.
Yeah, and I'm so happy I quit smoking hookah. It's funny because right around the corner from where I was staying, they have a hookah lounge there. And you know, I don't know, like seriously, I don't know if they sanitize those things on a regular. You just don't know. taking hookah from a hookah place. I'm so happy I quit smoking and drinking. You could imagine. I used to do that back in the day in the city, smoking hookah with people. Like, sharing blunts. When I got older, you have your own, but I don't do none of that anymore. But seriously, a lot of danger out there.
Hard. No, it's not. It's really not that hard. Okay? You make abstinence hard. You make abstinence hard when you listen to music that's full of a whole spirit. Why do we do this to ourselves? Like, we're like, oh, I'm going to be abstinent, I'm going to be holy, but let me listen to the most vile, disgusting, detestable music possible. And
she's right. And you know what's funny? Every time now when I'm in the car, I could be taking a Grab to go to the mall, right? My wife tells the Grab driver, turn the music off. Why? They could be playing Making My Way Downtown. That music sticks in my head. I used to make beats. It sticks in my head. Also, the music, it pushes you towards sin. It does. It could be something in the song you think is the most innocent. It's preyed on. They put evil spirits on the music to make it do better. A lot of you guys know this. I'm going to start reacting to videos like that because more people need to know this. Seriously, I'm going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it on this channel, but I'm going to share it in my Patreon. So also my Patreon, if you guys become a member of that, you'll see every channel I have. I'll post like little snippets from here to there. It's going to be popping. I got to have my Patreon. Also, I'm going to have it set to where I'm going to have a community in there where I'm showing my wins. Other people are showing their wins. I'm showing what I'm doing online. I'm going to be I don't do it now, but I'm going to actually have to work online and get contracts to show people how to do the same thing. Yeah, it's about to get real. It's about to get real. And I'm not going to be someone talking about it. I say that all the time. When I have consultations, I say, I don't just talk about it. Talk about what I do and what I can possibly do, or talk about how I do things. I talk about what I have done. I show proof of what I have done. I show proof of how you can use my techniques to get a job now by showing myself applying to a job now and the person responding. Yeah, I said it. Showing you the person respond and show what they said. Man, it don't get no realer than this. Seriously, book your consultation now.
Wonder why I'm struggling in abstinence. Let me listen to music that's absolutely full of a whole spirit. Let me listen to Janae, SZA, Summer Walker, Sexy Red.
Mm-hmm.
If you're listening to Sexy Red, you must not respect yourself. I feel like y'all love to talk about something being anti-black. It's actually anti-black to listen to Sexy Red at this point.
Jezebel. Yeah.
Meg. Abstinence is hard. No, you keep listening to whole music. You're listening to the soundtrack of hoeing. Yeah. It's supposed to be hard. The spirit behind that music has an assignment. And it's good at it too.
You know what they do? There's some in this house.
Okay? Abstinence is not hard. You're making it harder.
Yeah, sure. She's right.
And when he said Detroit is the most dangerous city around this. Now, I ain't been through the whole USA, but I've been to a good amount of places, bro. And one thing you notice, the huge difference is the demographic, bro. You can be right here in the hood, right? I'm in Tennessee, Chicago, anywhere. You could be right there in the nigga hood. You could drive 3 minutes up the street. You in the burbs.
Not so much in Chicago. Chicago, well, not all of Chicago. I gotta say that. But in the South Side, woo! It's crazy. You walk up the block, you getting shot in the face because somebody's scoping you out. The South Side is crazy. The war those dudes have, but I'm hearing you. I know Detroit is dangerous.
There's white and all type of different ethnicities and shit over there.
New York's starting to get like that too. It's getting bad.
Bro, Detroit not like that, bro. From downtown after the freeway all the way up to 8 Mile, pure trenches, nigga. It ain't no Chick-fil-A, ain't no Walmart in Detroit, ain't there, bro. It's all home-owned shit, because don't nobody want to invest in that, because somebody gonna break in your blow your up, or somebody gonna die for your shit. You're gonna be coming out a whole lot of insurance claims, bro, for for nothing. That's why niggas don't invest in that bitch. That's why don't nobody come about that bitch. That's why the music took so long to blow up, because don't nobody want to go there. Only reason niggas paying attention now is because the music blew up and our sports teams is winning. On my mama, bro. Straight, look, the Thunder was coming out. Just finna say it, bro. You see I'm still here, bro. The is straight gutter from downtown to 8 Mile. You see 8 Mile? They work in a mile systems. 8 Mile on down. They stop at 5 Mile. But basically,
Wow. So Eminem, but I know it's rough out there. I know about that. But he showed it too in this movie. Like he showed it. It's rough.
we don't say the other ones is miles. They got street names like Tire Man, Warren, that go all the way downtown, bro. It's not a breather nowhere you go, bro. So imagine you stay in the city full of po-ass people. When they started getting money, which the niggas was getting money, the 80s hit, everybody became a main character, bro. Because everybody po, so everybody want to feel like they want to be above somebody. Everybody in Detroit feel like they're a superstar, bro. I feel like I'm a superstar. I am. I made it in that. And ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing different. Hell yeah. So niggas be hating on each other because niggas be like, nigga, I'm better than you or I'm better than you. That's why our music sound like that, bro. It ain't nothing but a I'm better than you contest. That's why niggas be smoking it, bro. That's why that bitch so dangerous, because we all like in a box.
Her mentality. You gotta change that.
Bro, the Mexicans moved down to a part in Southwest, bro, called Mexican Village. It's all Latinos, bro. They know to get out that, and they still be on their own down there. Then the Chaldeans or all the Middle Eastern people, they moved to Dearborn. Dang, nobody don't with Detroit but Detroit people, bro. And but when they come around, they act like they don't want to leave. That's why that bitch dangerous, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Really starting to get on my nerves. So let me explain something to y'all. I lived in Detroit for a couple of years. My child was born in Detroit. I have family in Detroit right now. I lived in Michigan for 20-something years. I know Detroit. I'm very aware of what the suburbs of Detroit is and what is not. I don't have to do no research. I don't need y'all to tell me that Dearborn.
You know what's crazy? What she's saying is factual because the guy just said it, and people were in her comments. I think they're from Detroit getting her, and it's like the lady's just telling the truth.
Is a suburb, that East Point is a suburb. I don't need y'all to tell me none of that. I live there. I know exactly what it is. What y'all need to understand is just because it didn't happen in the city of Detroit does not mean that the person that did it either lived in Detroit or was from Detroit. I lived in Detroit, the city of Detroit. But I was like 2 blocks over from Dearborn. So I went to Walmart in Dearborn. If I would have did something in Dearborn, at the Walmart in Dearborn, then y'all would have been saying, oh, that's not Detroit. It don't matter if it's Detroit or not. I'm right across the streets from Detroit. So I was from Detroit and I did it. So it don't matter. I lived in Detroit. I worked in Southfield. Y'all be sounding real stupid, and y'all prove my point every single time y'all open y'all mouth to say, that didn't happen in Detroit. They ain't got nothing to do with Detroit. It's the suburb of Detroit. All of y'all are ghetto. Detroit, the suburbs, all of y'all together as a whole.
I need all my Detroit people to come in. I need you to listen to this. Just listen to this from the voice of Detroit. Check this out. Put your thinking caps on. Jeffrey Epstein likely bankrupt Detroit. Listen. Jeffrey Epstein likely bankrupt Detroit. To a petri dish. Those are buzzwords. I need you to break them down. That's why I got Bert. That's why I got Bill. That's why I got E-Pate to break them buzzwords down. To a petri dish, prying for monetary experimentation. Listen to the words. In the email to wealthy investors and separate was accused of involving in a Ponzi scheme that allegedly defrauded the city's general retirement system, according to the U.S. Department. So the meaning tell me Jeffrey Epstein bankrupt Detroit. During that time, everybody was saying Detroit was bankrupt. Everybody was saying Detroit was broke. You let a white boy come in there and bankrupt 80% people of color, had Detroit up, had them all on the news. This is in the files now. Who knew? Who was going to read it? The Voice of Detroit. Who was going to find it? The Voice of Detroit. Because you ain't going to hear from nobody else. You ain't going to hear from the governor. You ain't going to hear from the mayor. You ain't going to hear from city council. The only person that you're going to hear this from is the Voice of Detroit. Jeffrey Epstein likely bankrupt Detroit. How do you do that? And don't nobody say nothing. And then the thing is, we still blessed. As my mama would say, no weapon formed shall prosper. That's scripture. Y'all love scripture. And we still shining. 80% people of color in this God city, and we still rocking. What you gonna do? Experimentation, and we still shining. Detroit Stand Up Beer Gang gonna stand 1,000. Ain't nobody messing with Detroit. Detroit is God city. Detroit is the first city of all cities, man.
There are a lot of sundown towns in Michigan. Michigan has a long history of having sundown towns. So a lot of black people just don't feel comfortable going just anywhere because historically and even modernly, we have experienced racism, you know, in other parts of Michigan. And even in the surrounding cities of Detroit, Metro Detroit, we're often ticketed more often, especially Allen Park, Troy, cities like that. A lot of these cities do the work of making us not feel like we are welcome and we don't want to come back because if we come back, we're going to get ticketed. Like, that's the message that they try to send. So it's not just like we don't want to leave. We just don't feel comfortable. So I love that we consider Detroit our state. Like, we stamp that as this is our state. But even in Warren, these are not just laws and policies. The people reinforce these Jim Crow type beliefs that you are not welcome here. I know when my cousin moved to Warren, like in the early 2000s, they told her to take your black back across 8 Mile. Like, so this is real and it's not that long ago. You know what I mean? Black people have a very rich presence, a very rich history. The state of Michigan, right? We got Idlewild, Michigan. Even Ann Arbor was, you know, historically black, but we are not represented in these places. You know, there's not representation for us. Detroit is ours. The labor that we have given this city, the culture that we have brought to it, from just having nothing from our ancestors, you know, coming up here doing a great migration to find better opportunities, right? A lot of them started in Detroit doing factory work, toothpaste factories, not just car factories, like all types of factories, right? A woman stitched my video and was telling me about Muskegon, Michigan, and I didn't even know that. But we were not made to feel welcome in this state, as a lot of black people are across America. Detroit is ours. Like, people are coming to Detroit for the attitude like yours, like mine, like my family, like his family over there on Matt. You know, all of these people, our consciousness has made Detroit what it is. And people don't like to give us our credit, but they love it. So I just want to thank all the Detroiters. I love Detroiters. I love Detroit. I love my city. So thank you for this comment.
Yeah, and also I gotta say this to the people who are raising the STD rate: get tested. And as she said, if you do love that city, protect yourselves all across America. We have to stop the, oh, he's paying my bills, give him some. And they all want to give it raw. We got to do better. We have to be more careful. Thank y'all for watching. Peace out. See you next video.
The Iceman is coming!
Winter is here.